Welcome to this deep dive into the world of AI. Specifically, today we're going to be exploring the emergence of DeepSeek. It's a Chinese-developed AI model that's been causing quite a stir lately. And, it's not just another AI model.
Right.
It has the potential to really disrupt the global AI landscape, which, as you know, has long been dominated by Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Our primary source for this deep dive is the Cost of Tech Solutions article. It's called DeepSeek, Shock and Awe in the Global AI New World Order. We'll be kind of dissecting the key arguments from that article and exploring some of the broader implications of DeepSeek's arrival. The central question we want to tackle in this deep dive is this just hype or a genuine shift in the balance of AI power?
Well, one thing is clear. DeepSeek's emergence really underscores a larger trend. China's increasing ambition to achieve technological independence, and particularly in, strategically important areas like AI.
Okay, so let's unpack DeepSeek itself. What exactly are we dealing with here?
DeepSeek is a product of top Chinese AI research centers. And, while concrete details are pretty scarce,
Right.
it's believed to have significant government backing,
Hmm.
which suggests that this is not just, a research project,
Yeah.
but a strategic national initiative.
So we're talking about a potential rival to models like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude.
Precisely. The Kostek article suggests that DeepSeek is intended to compete directly with these established players.
Right.
It's meant to be a showcase of China's capabilities in AI
Hmm.
and a step towards, reducing their reliance on Western technology.
But is it truly independent? Have an earlier Chinese AI model simply adapted Western technologies?
That's an important question, and the article addresses this directly.
Okay.
DeepSeek is being positioned as a ground-up development,
Yeah.
not a mere iteration or adaptation of existing models.
Right.
It's designed to operate within China's specific regulatory and political landscape,
Mm-hmm.
which, as you know, is quite distinct from the West.
Speaking of China's unique environment, the article makes a point about DeepSeek being trained on data sets that comply with China's internet censorship rules.
Right.
What are the implications of that?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, it suggests that DeepSeek will reflect the values and priorities embedded in its training data.
Hmm.
So, this raises questions about its neutrality and objectivity when applied to information or tasks outside of China's specific context.
So we're not just looking at a technical comparison. We're talking about potentially different worldviews encoded in these AI models.
Exactly. It's not simply about who has the most advanced algorithms. It's about how those algorithms are shaped by the data they are trained on and the values they embody.
Okay, let's dive into the technical side now. Does DeepSeek represent a genuine leap forward, or is it essentially a highly refined version of existing models?
The Cost-Static article raises this very point. While DeepSeek undoubtedly leverages cutting-edge machine learning techniques and vast data sets,
Sure.
it's unclear whether it offers radical innovations or simply represents a highly optimized implementation of existing concepts. And this is where deeper technical analysis is needed.
So what are the key technical factors that will determine DeepSeek's impact?
Several aspects are crucial.
Okay.
First, the model architecture. Does DeepSeek introduce novel modifications to transformer architectures?
Right.
Which are the foundation of many current AI models? Or is it building upon established frameworks? Second, the scale and scope of its training data.
Okay.
While China has a massive internet user base, its restrictions could limit the diversity of information available for training,
Yeah.
potentially affecting DeepSeek's ability to generalize to a wider range of tasks and contexts.
And of course, there's the issue of potential biases, something that plagues even the most sophisticated AI models today.
Indeed. The article does mention that DeepSeek exhibits some of the same tendencies towards bias and hallucination as other large language models.
Right.
So how these issues are addressed, particularly given its training on censored data, will be a critical factor in determining its reliability and trustworthiness on a global stage.
This brings us to an intriguing point, the open versus closed AI debate. Could DeepSeek become an open-source alternative to proprietary models like GPT-4?
That's a possibility, and it's a scenario that the cost-of-tech analysis explores. If DeepSeek were to be open-sourced, it could offer a compelling alternative for nations and organizations seeking to reduce their dependence on Western AI technologies. It could be a catalyst for the development of a parallel AI ecosystem, one that reflects different values and priorities.
So DeepSeek could be more than just a competitor to existing models. It could become a platform for a whole new approach to AI development.
Precisely. The implications extend far beyond just the technological realm. DeepSeek could become a significant factor in shaping the future geopolitical landscape of AI, potentially leading to a more fragmented and multipolar world.
To understand that broader impact, we need to delve into the specific factors that will determine DeepSeek's trajectory. First up, how does China's burgeoning AI ecosystem stack up against Silicon Valley's established dominance?
China has been investing heavily in AI research and development, and its tech sector is growing rapidly. However, Silicon Valley has a significant head start, both in terms of technological expertise and market share. So the question is whether DeepSeek can overcome those advantages and establish itself as a credible and competitive force.
That raises the question of adoption. Can DeepSeek gain real traction outside of China?
Yeah.
Will international businesses and governments be willing to embrace a Chinese-developed AI, particularly given the current geopolitical tensions and concerns about data security and potential political influence?
That's a crucial point. The Costa Tech article suggests that DeepSeek's appeal will likely be strongest in countries seeking to diversify their technology partnerships and reduce their reliance on Western solutions. This could include nations with closer ties to China, or those seeking greater autonomy in their technology choices.
So it's not just about technical capabilities, it's about trust geopolitics and the broader strategic considerations surrounding AI adoption.
Exactly. DeepSeek's success or failure will hinge not only on its technical merits, but also on how it navigates the complex political and economic landscape of global AI.
And this leads us to a rather sobering aspect of this discussion, DeepSeek's potential role in what some are calling a new AI Cold War.
The Costa Tech article frames DeepSeek within the context of escalating U.S.-China tensions and the intensifying competition in AI. It's being viewed as a potential challenge to U.S. technological leadership. And some observers believe it could become a focal point for strategic rivalry, similar to what we've seen with Huawei.
So we're not just talking about competing companies, but competing nations vying for dominance in a technology that will shape the future.
That's precisely the concern. DeepSeek's emergence has raised the stakes in the global AI race, and it's forcing governments and policymakers to reconsider their strategies and alliances. In the face of this shifting technological landscape, picking up on that point about the AI Cold War, DeepSeek has certainly become a focal point. For concerns about China's technological ambitions, you know it's being closely watched by policymakers in Washington. And the Costa Tech article outlines a few potential scenarios that could unfold.
Okay, let's delve into those scenarios. What are some of the ways DeepSeek could be leveraged as a tool for advancing China's global interests?
One possibility is that China could promote DeepSeek as a key component of its Belt and Road Initiative, offering it as a technological backbone for infrastructure projects and digital development in partner countries. This could create a sphere of technological influence centered around DeepSeek, potentially shaping those nations' digital ecosystems and their technological trajectories.
So not just building physical infrastructure, but also a digital infrastructure powered by Chinese AI.
Precisely. This could give China a significant advantage in shaping the rules and norms of AI governance in those regions. It also raises concerns about data security and access, particularly if those nations become reliant on DeepSeek for critical infrastructure and services.
The Costa Tech article also draws a parallel between DeepSeek and Huawei, the Chinese telecom giant that faced heavy sanctions from the U.S. Could DeepSeek meet a similar fate?
It's certainly a possibility if DeepSeek is perceived as a threat to U.S. national security or economic interests. We could see similar export controls or sanctions imposed.
Right.
This could limit DeepSeek's access to critical hardware, software, or markets, potentially hindering its development and global reach.
And this ties into the larger question of how DeepSeek might reshape the global AI landscape.
Yeah.
Could it lead to a fragmentation of the AI ecosystem, with nations aligning themselves with either U.S. or Chinese technology?
That's a scenario that many analysts are concerned about. DeepSeek's emergence could accelerate the trend towards technological decoupling between the U.S. and China, leading to a more divided and potentially less innovative global AI landscape.
Let's shift our focus now to the impact on U.S. AI companies. How are they responding to this challenge from China?
DeepSeek's arrival has undoubtedly put pressure on U.S. companies to innovate at an even faster pace.
Sure.
We're likely to see increased investment in AI research and development, as well as a greater emphasis on securing access to talent and data.
So it's a wake-up call for Silicon Valley.
Yes, but it also presents a dilemma for U.S. firms. They need to maintain their technological edge, while also navigating a complex geopolitical landscape and growing regulatory scrutiny.
And there's the question of how to compete with a state-backed initiative like DeepSeek. Can U.S. companies keep up without similar levels of government support?
That's a debate that's gaining traction in policy circles. Some argue that the U.S. needs to increase its investment in AI research and development to maintain its competitiveness. Others caution against excessive government intervention, arguing that it could stifle innovation and distort the market.
Moving beyond the geopolitical and economic implications, let's delve into the ethical considerations surrounding DeepSeek. The article raises some concerns about its potential impact on information access and freedom of expression.
Right, this goes back to the point about DeepSeek's training data and the values embedded within it. If it's primarily trained on data that conforms to China's censorship regime, there are legitimate concerns about how it might handle sensitive or politically charged topics.
So could DeepSeek become a tool for spreading propaganda or reinforcing China's worldview?
That's a possibility, particularly if DeepSeek is used to power applications, like news aggregators on social media platforms or educational resources.
Yeah.
It could subtly shape the information landscape, filtering or prioritizing content in ways that align with China's interests.
And this raises broader concerns about AI bias and the potential for these powerful systems to reinforce existing inequalities or prejudices.
Absolutely. The development and deployment of AI systems need to be guided by ethical principles that ensure fairness, transparency, and accountability.
The Kostechek article also highlights the issue of AI explainability. How can we trust a system like DeepSeek if we don't fully understand how it works?
Right.
Or how its decisions are made?
That's a critical point. As AI systems become more complex and their impact on our lives grows, the need for transparency and explainability becomes paramount. We need to be able to understand the reasoning behind AI-driven decisions, especially when they have significant consequences for individuals or society as a whole.
This brings us to the broader challenge of AI governance. Who should set the rules for the development and use of AI? And how can we ensure that these powerful technologies are used responsibly and ethically?
That's a complex question, and there's no easy answer. It requires a multi-stakeholder approach involving governments, industry leaders, researchers, and civil society organizations.
So we need a global conversation about AI ethics and governance, one that transcends national boundaries and competing interests.
Exactly. The future of AI depends on our ability to establish a framework that fosters innovation while safeguarding fundamental human values and preventing the misuse of these transformative technologies.
As we wrap up this deep dive into DeepSeek, it's clear we're dealing with more than just a technological development. We're witnessing a potential turning point in the global AI landscape, one that raises profound questions about innovation, geopolitics, and the very future of AI governance.
What's particularly intriguing, I think, is how DeepSeek's emergence is forcing a reevaluation of existing assumptions about the trajectory of AI development. For years, the narrative's been centered around Silicon Valley's dominance, and now we're seeing the rise of a potential challenger, one that operates under a different set of rules and priorities.
So what does this mean for the future of AI? Is a bipolar world with the U.S. and China as the dominant AI powers the most likely scenario?
It's certainly a possibility. The Kostechek article suggests that DeepSeek could accelerate the trend towards technological decoupling, leading to the formation of distinct AI ecosystems, each with its own standards, values, and areas of focus. And this could have profound implications for global trade innovation and even international security.
What about the potential for collaboration? Is there any room for the U.S. and China to work together on AI development? Or are we headed for a zero-sum competition?
The Kostechek analysis highlights the challenges of collaboration in the current geopolitical climate. There's a deep mistrust between the two countries, and their visions for the future of AI diverge significantly. However, there are also areas of shared interest, such as ensuring AI safety and preventing the proliferation of AI-powered weapons. Whether these shared interests can overcome the broader strategic rivalry remains to be seen.
Let's turn our attention now to the implications for individuals like you. How might DeepSeek's emergence affect your life in the years to come?
Well, the impact will likely be felt in subtle but significant ways. As DeepSeek and other AI systems become more integrated into our daily lives, they will shape the information we consume, the products and services we use, and even the decisions we make. It's essential to be aware of the potential influence of these systems and to develop the critical thinking skills necessary to navigate an increasingly AI-driven world.
The Kostechek article emphasizes the importance of AI literacy. Why is that so crucial in this evolving landscape?
As AI becomes more pervasive, it's vital for individuals to understand how these systems work, what their limitations are, and how they can be used responsibly. AI literacy empowers individuals to make informed choices about the technology they use and to participate in shaping its development and governance.
This deep dive has been a fascinating exploration of DeepSeek and its potential ramifications. It's clear that we're at a pivotal moment in the evolution of AI, one that requires careful consideration and proactive engagement from all stakeholders.
Yeah, the key takeaway here, I think, is that DeepSeek is more than just another AI model. It's a symbol of a shifting technological landscape and a catalyst for a broader conversation about the future of AI, its impact on society, and the choices we face as a global community. The decisions we make now will shape the AI-powered world of tomorrow, a world that will be defined by both its opportunities and its challenges.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We hope it's provided you with valuable insights and a deeper understanding of the forces shaping the future of AI.